Johnny from Johnny's Motorcycle and come up with another motorcycle to work on here. And this is Mike from Cincinnati. And he's got some history on a motorcycle. He brought it up to us today in the semi-snow, rain, whatever. And this is 76 KZ900 with 13,680 miles on it. It's one of the best starts I've ever seen on a KZ900. Everything looks good. Still got the plastic on the levers. Still has a switch here for the 4-way flasher. The rib boot's a little bit gooned, so we can replace that. And if you look at the front brake lever, it goes all the way in, so we know something's happening here. And we're gonna go through the caliper. It's missing the spark plug cap, but we're gonna come up with a genuine one, probably a used one. These have like 5 ohm resistors in them, so we're gonna test them and put a good one in there and make it look stock. Got a perfect seat. The side cover is a little bit scratched up, but still nice. We're gonna put new rubbers on here. It's kind of strange if you watch the tank fades different than the paint. So this is metal, plastic, but they're all a little different. So someone's put some Allen screws in it over the years. They still retain the Phillips here. It has aftermarket filters on it. We're going to do the carburetors, and the tank is kind of dirty on the inside. We're going to go through that. We'll go through a demonstration on that. But I say the bike is could be 100% perfect without too much trouble, unrestored. We're going to change out this switch here, and you can see the lower right pipe is gooned, so we're going to fix that or replace it. But if you look right here, you can see 76. This is the correct exhaust system for this motorcycle, and the Kawasaki stamped them 76 for the KZ900s only. So we're going to replace the battery, or we're going to put a battery in it. There's no battery in it. So outside of it's got like a Motion Pro clutch cable on it. We're going to put some fenders on it, or tires on it. So we're going to go underneath the seat here and talk a little bit about this. Okay, this is nice and clean. This is nice shape here, this toolbox. This toolbox serves as a side cover mount, as well as you put your tools in there. And no one has gooned the battery out. This is one of the nicest battery trays I've ever seen, or battery case, or what do you want to call it. Usually they alter them, and they cut them right here to put another battery in it. And if you look right here where my finger's at, that's another rare part. That's the air filter stay, or support, whatever you want to call it. So this is one of the nicest ones I've ever seen. The seat's nice. Notice there's no bar here or anything, 1 year only, and this is cool. Nice bike. I need this for my collection. Now we have the tool tray. We're missing the book. We're going to try to help them find a book. We should probably look for a toolkit. So we'll talk about that and see how the later model tails had the ribs and accept the square tool tray. And this was I was telling everybody about. You got the square tail light, so this is thick. This is the difference between the Z1 and a KZ. The thickness here and the square tail light. So can't wait to get started on it. And Mike, he's going to tell us everything he knows about the motorcycle, and then some. And he's got a bad story to tell us about a Suzuki drag race. So Mike, how did you acquire the bike? Can you tell us who the owners were?
I have 3 older brothers, and my brother that's right above me, 5 years older than me, he bought this new in '76, and then he used it for years, and then back in '81, buying a Suzuki that I just wanted to buy one that was a little bit faster than him, and I beat him all the time. He'll deny that. But I ended up selling mine, and then I watched this at his house. It sat at his house for years under a cover, and it's probably sat for 10 years now. And I talked him into selling it to me when he wanted to get rid of it, and there you go. I ended up buying it off of him at a brotherly price.
Yeah, I'm trying to buy it off from now as we speak, but I don't think it's going to happen today. But also he was telling us they were in a house and found some Playboy magazines, and all the women were cut out, but the Kawasaki ads remained in them. So,
Yeah.
and Playboy was a nice source for advertisement for Kawasaki.
A lot of them. Every one of them has motorcycles all over it.
Okay, well, just thought we'd give you some story on this one. As you know, we like these, so this is what we got, and we'll definitely keep you tuned in on how the progress goes on this motorcycle. And I really appreciate Mike bringing this bike to us.
I appreciate you looking at it for me.
I appreciate
Telling me. Great shop. Great
Okay,
shop.
thanks. Okay, we're working on the KZ900, and right now we're pressure washing the tank. So Ego's removing the rust and everything. We're getting the tank cleaned out. We're gonna try to get it fired up and see what's happening. Okay. Okay, Mike. We got your carburetors apart. As you can see, they're kind of a mess, a big mess actually. The floats are frozen. I'm sure the jets are totally plugged. This is your pilot jet right here. This is your main jet. And look at the grid on this one. And look at this one. Needless to say, we need to go through them. I don't like the term rebuilding. We're not going to rebuild them because there's really not much you can rebuild. But we're going to replace some of the jets. We're going to replace all the jets, and we're going to probably do the. We're going to save whatever we can, but anyway, we got a small issue there, and I'm going to show you what a good float bowl looks like so we can compare them. This is a bowl that still needs cleaning. So you can see where you're at. Yours really need cleaning. So I just kind of want to show you, we're going to try to get it to look minimum this way inside. So we have an ultrasonic cleaner that we're going to run them through. And we'll try to get them as nice as we can for you. Okay, I just thought I'd show you where we're at. So what we're going to probably do is change the oil on it. Probably go through the plugs and stuff. And then we'll see how far you want to go. And after we get it all, well, what I do is get it running. You do need tires. These tires are really hard. So I suggest new tires right away if you're going to ride it, because these are hard like plastic. You might get in an accident. So I would suggest tires immediately. So let me know what you want to do. Fortunately, the rear brake seems like it's working, so that's a good start. The front brake, there's nothing. So for the front brake, you're gonna, just from our experiences, you're gonna have to rebuild this. Maybe replace a line or so, I don't know. This boot here is all ripped on this side here. So you want to rebuild that for sure. You want to replace that for sure. Then you're probably gonna have to most likely put seals here in the caliper. Now the line and stuff looks okay here, but we're just gonna have to make sure that they're not plugged up. But I'd like to leave it all as nice as we can without distorting it. But definitely rebuild this, rebuild the master cylinder, then we'll convert it over to silicone brake fluid, and that'll stop all this from happening in the future. And then also we're gonna address this clutch cable being out where it is right now. The clutch cable should go through this hole. So we're gonna address this. I don't know if it's this is this is called a Motion Pro cable. I used to sell these, but I don't anymore because of this reason right here. They're not the right length. If they begin in this number right here, that Kawasaki would say like 11-048 to be the proper cable for this. So this is aftermarket. This has got to go, even though it's new, but it's not. It's just not cool. You're gonna have trouble with it. So so anyway, your tires, like, obviously got a raised white letter in the front and a black on the back, which isn't everything, but I mean, just to make it safe, I'd hate to see you go out and ride it and go down with it. So we're going to keep you posted daily of what we do to it, but we just thought we'd show you where we're at now. I noticed you are missing the baffles on all the pipes. Not the end of the world. One pipe doesn't replace, as we talked when you first came. I don't know what I have for air boxes, but I would definitely look at the air box situation. I'll give you a price on one. The hardest thing to find is that extension that goes underneath the air box, but we'll talk about that as we get into it. But the main thing we want to do, we'll make sure that the motor's good, make sure the clutch is good, make sure the charging system's working, and there's some other things we can talk about there. So what we really needed to know is, what's your intentions after we get this thing running? Do you want to sell the bike, or are you looking to ride it and be and just ride it all over the place like it was a new bike? We can do that too. So keep in touch with us and let's talk about it. Okay, thanks. Okay, we've got some more progress going on here. Right now is a good time to tell us if you want to put tires on it or not. We got the front end off right now. As you can see here, we're putting the fork seals were leaking on it and stuff, and we had the front brake off because the front brake had nothing going on with it. So here's your seals, and we're going to put these boots on the outside here. So right now we're doing the forks. Your fork tubes are nice. So we got a nice unrestored bike going here. You can see we're putting the .5 fluid, we're converting it over, so you'll never have that trouble again. So we're waiting for the carbs to get done also. They're still soaking. So we've got manifolds on it because your manifolds are all gooned. So now we're getting ready to put it together and hear it run. But we highly recommend tires if you're going to ride the motorcycle. If you're not going to ride the motorcycle, I wouldn't worry about them. But if you're going to ride it, I would do the tires. And also on this side here, you can see we put another pipe on it. That's a really nice matching pipe. This bottom one right here, it's super, 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 super nice. So now you got a set of 4 pipes that are good. But anyway, as soon as you get this message, please contact us immediately. Okay, we're washing out the tank, and after we started power washing it, there's a coating of something that's inside it. Coating. So we need to really get this out of there, or we're going to have nothing but trouble as far as the carburetors being decent in the future. So what we need to do, we just got to keep working at it. Hopefully it'll all come out. Yeah, it'll come out. But it just takes time to do it. Wow. This is why we never ever recommend coating the gas tanks, like, lining them and stuff. There's a lot of really good product out there. I'm not sure what this product was, but it's anyway, we want to say this is not good. as you know, here's your tank right here. And this is where we started watching the water come through after we got rid of the sealer. Obviously the sealer's gone from here. But anyway, I did receive this other tank. This is original paint. Look at the inside of this one. This is called super nice condition. That's like new condition. Perfect. So, some bad parts about it is you got a stripe right here that's been, it's like it's coming off. I don't know, it's from, I don't know why, but now that could be touched up again, I'm sure. But anyway, I just wanted to show you that. And anyway, this is original paint right here. And over here by this area right here, it's got some paint coming off. A little bit right there, a little bit right there. There are no dents at all in this tank. So, this is your choice. So, I would probably go this route. This is really nice paint in this original paint. Yours is really dark for some reason, and it's got some cracking in it. I'm not sure the whole deal here, because my stripes have been cleared over and yours are kind of raised. Something a little strange there, and I'm not sure what it is. Maybe this tank has been repainted before. It's entirely possible, because this is like tape, and I could take my nail and peel that off, where this is cleared over with. This is not coming off. So anyway, I would do this in a heartbeat. And the tank is 500, but the inside is just absolutely gorgeous. And this would complete your unrestored motorcycle. So why don't you give me a call or email us, whatever, ASAP, because we're ready to rock. And as soon as we put this tank on, I want to go out and test drive your motorcycle, and it should be ready to go. I don't see any issues with it. We just completed Brother's Revenge Kawasaki KZ900, and this is Mike's ride now, and he's gonna get his revenge here, and we're gonna start it up just to show you a little bit about it and make sure we're in neutral. Okay. Bike runs great. Everything works. Nice throttle response. No smoke. 13,700 miles. This bike was purchased for $200. That's a good deal. Ride it a little bit. Show you how nice and smooth it is. Riding gear. Nice, perfect. Nice, smooth. All day, all day, all day. Ride it? Mike's gonna ride it. I think he likes this bike. watch the picture again.
You don't need that. I did it again, didn't I?
He loves it.
Runs great. And I hit neutral this time. Johnny? Good job.
Just a sidebar, everything we did to it. We went through the carburetors and picked up a nice parts for it here and there and everything. And the bike really runs great. We rode it 85 miles so far, and now Mike's going to pick it up. The only issue that we had was we had a noisy speedometer cable. So we took the cable apart in the drive. We wound up changing the speedo cable. And in 85 miles, that's the only issue we really had with it. So I think this is going to be a good piece, and I hope this stays in his family for a long time. Okay, thanks. Big motorcycle is great again.
Woo! Shoot me going down your street. Man,
So what do you think of that?
this is beautiful.
You think so?
Oh yes. This brings back so many memories. You never forget how to ride it.
Don't it feel different?
It's got power, man. I'm used to that Harley being, more than like a highway bike. This thing's got to get up. Oh my goodness.
Brothers Revenge.